Waste.
He wants me to Photoshop out his gut. It doesn't quite work like that. We're here in our living room. Yeah, we're live. My big gut's showing too, so we're matching. I'm going to do the girly thing. I'm going to undo my pants so they don't push my big gut up. We're a mag set. If you don't know, I'm Suzanne Kamara. This is my husband, Jim.
Hi there out there, TV land.
We got one person. One person for Love After Lockup. We started doing these Love After Lockups on Sundays. If you don't know me, I wrote for Pathos for almost 10 years, a column called No Longer Quivering. I wrote about fundamentalist religion. Now I'm just kind of doodling around on YouTube, doing my own thing, looking at weird stuff. So the weird stuff we're looking at today is Love After Lockup. But before I start that, I just have to say, I was just mopping. I'm all sweaty and gross. And they said on CNN that Bob Dole had passed. Oh, Bob Dole. Rest in peace, dude. But I have to say one thing about Bob Dole. He always made me super uncomfortable because he used to do those ED medicine commercials.
Viagra, wasn't it?
Yeah, Viagra and stuff. And I'm not sure I'm ready for a politician that is pushing a penis pill at this point.
Plus, he was mid-70s or something.
Yeah, who wants?
I'm not that I'm far from that, but.
I'm not too far from that either, but I'm not about to start pushing a pill for, hey, let's have crazy sex. No, not at all. That's kind of weird. That is weird as hell, but it fits with our theme of weird as hell. The episode was Bride or Felon, something like that.
Oh, Fugitive.
Fugitive, that was it. I don't know why I had felony written down. And it had the usual cast of crazy characters. And Nicole and Tia and their wedding. We finally started getting almost to the wedding. And where the hell is everybody? I see we only have one viewer.
Well, I do a monologue today.
We had Nicole melting down from the very beginning. And Tia didn't seem to pick up on the fact that Nicole really wasn't ready to get married, I don't think. I don't think anything could have made her ready. It was just...
Yeah, it's like she was being forced into it because Tia has 6 months to live or something. It's not a good reason to get married. I mean, there's no way you can't take care of each other being single, and not like being married is going to add something. So, oh boy.
And then you have Deontay thinking that she's sending him some kind of secret mind signals.
ESP or something.
Come rescue me. That kind of blows my mind. Then we moved on to Sean and Sarah. Oh my goodness. He was sneaking around with Sarah's mama. What was her name? Kathy. He was sneaking around with her because he wanted her to pick out a wedding ring for her daughter, an engagement ring. I'm sorry.
I mean, he wanted her blessing.
Her blessing.
I can understand why I could barely know this guy. He got 6 kids that he didn't take care of. So
he lied about his age.
Yeah.
And a bunch of things he lied about.
So I actually like her. I actually like Sarah. I think she's of the group. I think she's probably seems the most sincere. Obviously, she made a mistake and paid for it with the manslaughter charge. But she seems pretty decent otherwise, at least compared to the others on the show. But Sean, I don't know. I hope he learns how to stop lying. I don't blame his projected future mother-in-law for not giving her blessing. It's like, so we'll see.
Well, she got all cussy and ran away. That was kind of funny. Did you see that? She just said, no, I'm getting out of here. She was just not having it. I thought that was pretty awesome. It's like, go, mama, go. Because it's definitely not a relationship I want to see either. Oh, Brittany and Marcelino, mixed feelings. I'm kind of bored with them being on the show. I'm kind of like, oh, here they come again with the manufactured drama. And I think that a lot of the Brittany and Marcelino stuff they show is just written for TV. It doesn't feel like it's real for some reason compared to a lot of the things. She had a cookout. She had her mama there. She had her stepfather, who she considers a father. And she was talking to all of them about meeting her real father, who's apparently reached out to her. So there was that drama. And then finally they went out for date night and left the stepmother and the mama with the kids, which I don't understand why she would do that. That's where Mama got into all that trouble last time. It was when she was sitting her kids and using drugs at the same time.
I actually like them both, though. I think that she's kind of in a spot that out of her own making, where her birth father's looking her up after. Well, I hadn't seen her since. She hadn't seen him since she was 3, I think. So that's understandable than being a little nervous. And I think they're both working at getting. So I have the best, most hopes for them personally.
Well, it's nice to see that Brittany has a support system now. And I mean, not just Marcelino. She's got her mother. She's got her stepfather. She's got all of her sisters. So she's going to make it, I think, because she has that support system, which is so important to have. And then we move to the other Brittany, the one I don't like, Brittany and Ray. In other words, Jailer and Jaylee, I guess you'd say. Oh, my word. She is really going crazy there. He was talking to his mama about breaking parole and going to Miami. And, you know, Mama was asking all the common sense questions as far as I'm concerned. She was asking him what would happen if he gets caught going off on parole and telling him to be really careful. But I don't think he's going to listen. I think he's going to go to Miami. He's going to give her the promise ring. And Brittany is going to flip out in the worst way possible. That's my projection. What do you think?
Well, I've lost a lot of respect for Brittany. She's just not being honest. And so this is a kind of way to connive to get him to propose. But he actually seems to be, I think, a decent guy that made a mistake and another one I will promise for. But she seems kind of conniving at this point. I liked her more at the beginning.
They do seem like the most functional couple, and the only couple that's going to make it. But the reason that they're going to make it is because, you know, they're both pretty stable people compared to other people on the show. She apparently has dealt with her substance abuse issues. Marcelino's a steady guy who's been through a lot of stuff. And she's got her support system. So, yeah, I think they're the ones that
they're honest with each other.
Sometimes a little on the
they're honest with each other, which doesn't really seem to be a trait with the others. I mean, you can hear how many times Sean said, I hope she didn't find out about how many kids I have.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So at least they're honest. Yeah, I think.
Sean needs a blow-up doll. That's all he needs. He doesn't need a real live woman. He doesn't need torturing anybody with that. Puppy and Amber. Puppy was out picking up her wedding dress with Amber and her mother, of all things. And I just could not get over yet again how pretty the puppy is.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Good.
She really is. Even if, you know, she is.
She doesn't have a lot else going on.
No, and I wasn't impressed with the dress buying expedition. I did not like at all what her fiance said to her about not dealing with her problem with being a arrest warrant out for her, and how he gave the impression that he would not wait for her, that he would screw around on her big time. He pretty much almost admitted that.
I mean, he just proposed, and you're kind of excited for them, and then she comes back, and yeah, that was really not. That's gonna be a bummer for her. So I don't know. I don't think she's thinking straight. That you're not going to run from the law for long. Just go and
especially
say,
not in the electronic age.
Yeah, I mean, just go and say I made a mistake. Let's try and deal with it before. I mean, just because you're married doesn't mean you're getting away with it. Amber, I think, still has a good chance of making it on the outside.
Why can't Puppy just be an adult? I'd like to know that. These women are beautiful. And I'm just,
I just discussing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question.
I think for Puppy, she's probably ran her entire life. Many times she had problems, she ran. And that's probably rooted way back in childhood. That's how she deals with trouble. She runs. Either she runs by taking the drugs and getting drunk, or she literally runs. And I think that's what we're seeing playing out.
Yeah, I mean, I hold a lot more hope for Amber. She seems a lot more level-headed with Puppy. She doesn't really seem to have a plan or think straight. So I don't know. I mean, she could make it. I haven't written her off like some of the others. Hate to say it. Amber, I think, could do quite well, actually.
And now,
for outside.
The one we disagree on, John and Christiana. I like Christiana. I want to see her make it. You don't particularly like her.
No.
So we're totally totally disagreeing on that one.
The black guy chasing. I mean, I think they're. His name is Deontay.
Yeah, we got to talk about that next. But John and Christiana, I just have to say the whole scene of her in the sandwich shop making sandwiches with the manager, I just kept screaming, hairnet, 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 wash your hands, gloves. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. Now, their talk was good. They talked about sobriety. The supervisor has some experience with that the last 2 or 3 years, I think she said. But I wasn't too impressed by their hygiene practices in that restaurant. I wouldn't eat there as a result. I was just like horrified. And I have worked in food service before in the past. It's like, where are the hair nets? And the Deontay thing, oh my goodness, we have got to go to that because I have a couple things to say. Sorry, it's really hot in here to me, and I'm like, my hair is strangling me. That's why I've got the air on so high because I just finished mopping. Deontay, Tia, Nicole. He showed up at their wedding in his car, and I just have got to say this.
He didn't quite make it. He went off in a ditch.
Yeah, he went off into a ditch, and I wanted to say this. I'm pretty sure I know where they were getting married because I spent enough time in the Virginia Beach area to know pretty much what that looked like.
Oh, is that what he said?
Fairly seems generational substance abusers. Yes.
Yes, that, and I don't know. I don't find her.
Lisa, that's enough.
I don't find her very likable because, I mean, for one thing, she had a child. He's actually a decent kid.
Are you talking about Christiana?
Yeah,
right?
Christiana. And she seems to have pretty much ignored him and still doesn't do that much. The other thing is, it just seems like she's. There was an old show called Queen for a Day back when I was a kid. And the lady would get up and just say, "Oh, my life's so horrible," and all this and all that. And the one that had the biggest sob story got awarded a washer and dryer or whatever. And I kind of feel that way about Christiana. It's like, oh my gosh, just quit sobbing, and I don't know. She's going to have to take some accountability. That's personal opinion. I mean, I don't get that married.
John, and he's a little squirrely.
And he's not. He has a poor track record. I don't give him much of a chance, personally.
Is she number 5?
Oh, do you remember? You remember Queen for a Day? That goes way back, like into the early '60s, maybe in mid '60s.
Queen for a Day. I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one. But my mother didn't watch TV. I got the biggest laugh out of that wedding because I'm pretty sure that it is at this park, and I wish I could remember the name of it. I had it written down earlier, but I can't find it in my notes. It's a park and not quite in Virginia Beach, okay? It's like outside of Virginia Beach, between Virginia Beach and Norfolk. It's actually part of the Story military facility. It's a huge park. And when Tia and Nicole started walking, I was like, I know that place. They're at that, I can't even think of the name of it. It's a state park. It's a state park. I gotta look because I know I have it back here in my history. I was just looking at it earlier today. I know damn good well I got it there. Where are you, history?
Hope we don't lose everybody else.
No, we're not losing everybody. Da. Okay. And it is not pulling up. I'm just getting a whole lot of other stupid stuff.
Well,
anyway,
say it looks familiar.
I'm pretty sure they're at Fort Story. I'm sure that that's what's going on where they're at. It's probably the biggest of the parks in the area and has all kinds of trails like that. So look, that's what it looked like to me. It looked like to me that's where they were. So I was kind of excited about it. I was like, I know this place because sometimes I would stay in Norfolk and then go hang out in Virginia Beach because it's cheaper. So we are talking about.
In Deontay's case, I think he's almost become like comic relief. It's like, this guy, how can you be so stupid? I mean, I understand being lovesick to an extent, but I mean,
he's calling to the ditch. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, and then that kind of like
sealed the deal for me. It was like,
you haven't got the hint yet. Driving your car off into a ditch, I think, would be having the police come rescue you. And
Not
I
even
guess
the police, the park rangers.
okay, but I think they're setting it up for next week too, because you don't know if he didn't make the wedding yet. We haven't actually seen it. But oh, I don't give that wedding any chance. I mean, and they're just not likable. Both heavy drug abuse, both all kind of medical. They don't look healthy. So I don't know. I don't think. And he's still in love, quote, in love with her. I mean, good luck. I don't think. But I think he's almost become comic relief. Yeah, up to Deontay.
Yeah,
Barney Fife.
Barney Fife. Yeah,
Wait,
he
are you
does.
referring to Deontay, or who are you referring to by Barney Fife?
Is it bad we call him Barney Fife in my house? She's
Run
talking
Nicole.
about Deontay. Yes,
Oh
Lisa.
yeah.
He is a Barney Fife type. I hadn't thought about it, but he definitely is. He's just very goofy. There's something goofy about the guy. He's very likable, but they fixed him up with a normal woman, and he was just like, "She's not my,
Oh, she
she's
was
not my
nice.
blonde stripper girlfriend, so
Yeah, she
I
was
don't
nice.
want any part of it."
But yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that. I mean,
And
it's just like, how
thank you,
could you?
Lord, no Lacey and her various info. No. And I hope we're done with them. I never want to see that.
Yeah, they're very unlikable. Really, all three, the Lacey and the two, just Sean and the other guy. Yeah,
And
and it's sad they
Deontay
have kids.
is saying that he's going to be on the new Love During Lockup with, I'm talking about the super crazy one, not Destiny. That was the other super crazy one. The one that was with the guy with the lip, Scott with the
Oh
lip.
yeah.
What was his girlfriend's
Oh
name?
shoot, she's from Mississippi. I remember that.
Mississippi. Yeah, he moved to Mississippi.
Yeah, to be with her. Uh, no, I don't recall her name, but
Supposedly, her and Deontay are now in a relationship, and
yeah.
Deontay is saying that he's going to be on Life During Lockup. I don't know how true that is, but because he hasn't shown up in any of the clips of the show that they're showing.
Yeah, with Deontay, he's actually got some things going for him. I mean, he's in great shape, and I think he's obviously earned enough money to be able to give a lot of it to what's been Nicole. And other than this one idiosyncrasy, where I mean, this just fetish for Nicole, he seems pretty normal. But no matter what his mom says, no matter what his best friend says, so maybe he's just on there for comic relief again. I wonder if they're just like, oh, you got to be kidding.
I know.
So that'll be interesting at the wedding if he actually. Let's see what happens if he's going to have to walk because his car's stuck in a ditch right now.
Did you get a look at those shoes he was wearing? Oh my God, those shoes were the silliest thing I'd seen in a long time. They were red.
Yeah.
And they were just crazy looking.
We were talking about it. Kind of looked like a pimp. I mean, it's not what you'd wear to a wedding. I just.
He was dressed kind of like an old school pimp.
Yeah.
But he wasn't dressed like the Blueberry Pimp. You remember who the Blueberry Pimp is? The guy was all in black. I'm all in blue.
Yeah.
And the lady came out and took one look at him, got on the bus after taking his money and never contacted him again. You know what I'm talking about from last season? Yes, Blueberry Pimp.
I mean, it seems like a decent guy with definitely with some screws loose. Like why would you
have
think
to have
that,
some screws loose to go on that show?
Why would you? I could see going on the show. They're making good money and
trading your dignity.
Well, I mean, some of them could say maybe they get advice. Some hopefully one or two will work out. But at some point, it's like I don't know how to tell you that you need to give up on Deontay to give up on Nicole. It's just oh, you're really nothing stupid and losing or giving your money away too. But they've tried to tell him and
he doesn't listen.
Yeah, in one ear and out the other.
And I forgot to mention that Marcelino and Brittany went off on this really cool looking date night. They went horseback riding and they slept in a teepee. Yeah. They had a campfire. I was envious. I was seriously envious watching everything they were doing, going, that looks like so much fun.
Yeah, I think they've been through some things, especially with her mom, I think, and her stepfather, I guess, an actual father. but they're working their way through. They're acting like adults. I hope they wish them
Nobody's
the
running
best.
away.
It's nice that somebody's relationship might work out. They aren't cheating on
Maybe.
each other. That I can remember. Hopefully not. And so yeah, yeah.
Next week's the clips for next week. Don't look
Red slippers.
red slippers. They were slippers.
I guess.
They were crazy looking, whatever they were. We just laughed. We saw
Yeah,
those shoes. We
I'm
were
glad.
just
I
like,
think
oh my goodness.
maybe Marcelino and Brittany. It's like these things can't. You really, it's like well, this show's ridiculous. But then, I mean, if this one ex-con, I guess Brittany, if she can come out and turn things around, then it makes you feel good about that. At least me. So I'm glad. I'm glad she's on there.
That's
Leave
true.
anybody else out? I tried to take notes, but
I can't think of anybody. I was just so glad that we didn't have Lacey John Shane. I was just so thankful because I've gotten to where if she comes on the screen, I was like, ugh, and hit myself in the
Yeah.
head. Like, I don't want to see her ever again. Take her plastic self off. It's like, it's horrified. That was in Virginia Beach. And all the cursing they do in Virginia Beach is one of those towns where there are signs everywhere. They will write you a ticket if they find you saying the F word in public. So
I would say that's going to be the most interesting though if he actually crashes the wedding.
oh, you mean those?
Yeah, if he
Nicole
Deontay,
and-
yeah, if he does, and I think they're nuts for getting married.
I don't think that if he crashes a wedding, I don't think anything will happen because
He's going to look very stupid.
he's going to look stupid. That's going to be it. And I hope against hope that what the producers showed of Christiana is wrong because I really don't want to see Christiana
She's so gross.
flash and burn.
She's a camp. What do you mean? Are you referring to who is so gross? Those duck lips. Let's see.
Duck lips? Yeah, she's got
Who
cam
is
girl.
that,
Cam girl, cam girl.
let's see. Yeah, and then what's her Tia looks like a man. I mean, so I don't know. I'm not sure who you mean by which one is so gross. Oh, Lacey.
Lacey.
Yeah,
because
right
we're talking about
that.
Lacey. Lacey is gross. She looks
Yeah.
like she's got more plastic in her than a Rubik's
I
Cube.
don't really get the idea that real huge lips are attractive. I don't think so myself. But
Well,
I
it's
guess
kind of
they do,
funny. Somebody on Reddit posted some of the video of Lacey and Nicole together doing a porn thing together, a cam girl thing. And I was surprised because Lacey without her clothes looked a lot better than I ever dreamed. It's like, okay, now I get what all the weird butt and boob stuff was about. She did it to look good on camera, not to look good in every day. So it's strictly a camera thing, I think. And I think it just looks weird when she puts clothes on, I guess.
yeah,
Most people looks better naked.
yeah. I just no respect for Lacey or the other two guys really either. But Sean started out like he might, be a good husband for her and took it seriously. And now I don't know.
He's very young. He's only like 20,
He is.
21.
Yeah.
And she's in her 30s. She took advantage of him, I think. When you have people that the age difference is that great and the economic difference is incredibly different. He grew up dirt poor in, I want to say Southwest Virginia, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for Ray too, since he owes $140,000. I didn't know that you have to pay back.
Restitution.
Yeah, restitution.
Yeah,
now
if they're
you go to
making you
jail.
do that, not only you have to pay for your room and board, you got to pay restitution, and
I don't think they'll ever get out of
fines,
that.
and all kinds of crap. Yeah,
That's too
never
much.
will.
Yeah. So it's really a burden on him, and I think he's. I have a lot of respect for him. Actually, I think
I have none
he's
for
trying.
Brittany. That Brittany.
Yeah, and I did, and now it's like I don't know. She seems
She's
nice.
not demanding a engagement ring.
Yeah,
She's
that's
trying to
never a good
micromanage
idea.
the whole thing.
$143,000. How does that happen? I didn't know they could do that. I wonder somebody, I guess part of him being released is that he has to pay this back.
He committed robberies, was it?
But it wasn't
I
true in
think
the
it
past,
was.
right? It wasn't true.
No,
This is something new,
this
isn't it?
is something they've come up with in recent years. I think they
And
try to make it very expensive, and you don't ever get out. Most people that end up going back to prison go back because they haven't paid their fines and their other things that they owe. I was reading. It's not because they have run away from something like puppy, it's because they don't pay their fines and things that they're supposed to be paying.
Yeah. I don't know.
And it's hard.
And I think they charge people now. If you're in jail, you have to pay room and board.
Yeah.
How are they gonna do? I mean, it's just, and we've got way more prisoners now than any other country. You have 4% of the world's population, 25% of the world's prisoners. So I think there's just something seriously wrong. That's one thing.
Well, I think first of all, they got to move prisons from being for profit. The minute they started doing for-profit prisons, we started having problems.
Yeah, I guess they can do it now. I guess you can get the DA to charge them to get your money back. Yeah, I guess it's legal. I don't know. I have really mixed feelings. So I mean, like the guy actually did something wrong, but you're not even giving him a chance. What would you do in his position? Like, no matter how much he works, how much you make, he'll never get out of debt. So it doesn't really. They should have come to a more reasonable compromise, I think. Personal opinion.
Yeah. Well, it's very interesting. And watching this, I kept thinking all the time about the anti-KJ community troll, Nat, and being overseas in jail. Being overseas, if they're going to be able to charge her or what, or what's going to happen. She's done a lot of damage. So on the one hand, I'd like to see her go to jail, but I don't want to see her in Love After Lockup ever, any of these stupid shows.
Yeah, to answer your question, Lisa, no, it's no wonder at all. I mean, how are you going to make $143,000 legally if you're making the minimum wage or not much more? So the way to make big money would be drugs or something illegal.
Prostitution.
So I think it does almost force them back, and it just doesn't make any sense. But in his case, in Ray's case, I think at least he's sincere, and hopefully they'll give him something. Give him enough to live on at least. If not, there's very little incentive for him to work hard. And I think he could be decent. He's one of the ones I like, actually.
Yeah, he's one of the ones I like too. I just don't know what's going to happen with him now.
I wonder if he's going to eventually just leave the
show.
Yeah.
Or Brittany. Or both.
Yeah, I think he might seriously leave Brittany because it's just too much. She's just too demanding and like conniving and stuff, and
like somebody on the
not even letting him go play dominoes with his buddies. It's too much.
Somebody on the Reddit thing said that was kind of like he went from jail to jail.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of truth to that. And somebody on Reddit made me laugh. They called Tia and Nicole a pair of turnips. I got the biggest laugh out of it. They kind of are like that. They kind of are about like a pair of turnips. They both don't seem to have much personality. You know, Nicole is speaking like this all the time on her confessional pieces.
Yeah. Don't give much hope. Kind of normal, the person. Yeah, well, I think that applies to some of them. The cons actually going back to like the Brittany, this was Marcelino, and I think that Amber is someone that's got it together. And in this case, we were just talking about him getting old. Not Brittany, but
Tia.
No, the guy, the black.
Oh, the guy, black guy is Ray.
Yeah, Ray. I think he's got it together. So, yeah, I think so. It's hard to find two that actually make it, but I guess there's always hope. That's one thing about the show I like. I mean, it could work out.
There's always hope. And even though they're showing us Christiana losing her sobriety next week, I don't want to see that. And I know you don't care.
I don't, not too much.
Yeah, so I kind of want them to make it. I don't care how weird John is. He's got a fish tank full of Freddy Krueger action figures in the middle of his living room. Watch sometime. You ever see
so many kids.
He's got crazy stuff going on.
I don't think he's really probably done a good job raising. And I don't know. I don't think their odds are good.
He was in jail for a while too, by the way.
Yeah. So both. Who's going to hire him? I mean, you want to help me? Who's going to hire him?
Sad.
Okay. Amber and Vinny, for example. Yeah.
Yes, Amber and Vince.
Yeah, I don't know what he's kind of disappeared. I guess he got mad and left when they were
No, do you
on a double
remember?
date or something.
She outed the whole situation. Do you remember that?
Kind of.
She went on TV and just outed the whole situation. What happened apparently was Amber and Puppy, and maybe Puppy's mother had come up with this, or was it Amber's mother? I don't know. Had come up with this scheme where she was going to marry Vincent and defraud him of every penny, and he was adopting Puppy and said that he would be getting extra money he would give with her. It was some kind of big con going on between all of them, and Amber just at some point said, I am done with this, and just got up and said, no more. And I was actually proud of her. I said, that really shows me that there's actually something worthwhile there for her to get up and say, no, I'm not doing this.
I hope she can meet someone else. I think she'd be.
Because Vince was a creep.
Yeah, I think she'd be good, a good partner. Hopefully not another con. Somebody that could.
No more cons.
Yeah, I mean, somebody that could work with her. I mean.
And no crazy Vincents either, because I think Vincent was creepy. Do you remember him?
He's in jail. I just heard a new girlfriend. Ben surprised me.
I know he's been in and out of being arrested for domestic violence against a new girlfriend. He's in jail. Good. I had heard that Puppy is back in jail, but I don't know how true that was. This was some time back, and I haven't seen any proof of that. But some of them, I mean, you could see them going back. Rachel and Doug, you could just see that was not going to work out, and Doug was going back to jail.
Oh, yeah.
And poor little Dougie.
Sociopath.
So Rachel has custody of little Dougie, even though they're not blood related, because she's actually the best place for him.
Yeah.
Every place else, his family is just nutty.
Well, he's a sociopath, I think. Good example when he just doesn't mix with people. Doug, yeah.
You think he's a sociopath?
There's something wrong, yeah.
Well, there's something wrong.
In front of the cameras, yeah, I think that's what you can call him, personally. Yeah,
I have to think about that one. I'm not sure if he's a sociopath or just NPD.
Oh yeah, Rachel. It makes you wonder why. I do too.
What?
About Rachel, the girlfriend of Doug's. That, I mean, she took the son in, and she's done. It makes you wonder what she would see in Doug. But as far as a person, she's a really good person.
She is. I really liked her. I was sorry to see her go on the show because she was one of the people I did like. Yeah, I was rooting for. I was like, run away from Doug. Doug is dangerous.
Attractive, well-spoken. She seemed to be
an engineer, an automotive engineer. Good job.
Yeah, she could do so much better. But hopefully now she'll find someone.
I hope so. And when her and Deontay went on a date, I was hoping that would work. Did you know that Rachel and Deontay went on a date?
No, I didn't. Yeah,
know that. They're pictures of the two of them having gone out together, which really made me laugh. That's a really strange combo. And she lives across the country from him, in Michigan, and he's in Virginia Beach area.
Yeah, I guess, but I think there are one or two cons that could make it, but for the most part, I mean, that's kind of what their life's been. Is
Lisa, have you ever gone to the Bride of Prisoner site and looked at any of the profiles? I've done it a couple times, not because I was going to write a prisoner. No, I would never do that. But because so many people in the show said, hey, I met her, I just saw their profile on Write a Prisoner, and I just thought, oh, they're the hottest thing on the planet. I don't know where they got those from, because everything I've seen on Write a Prisoner is pretty pathetic. It's not anything like...
Some of them romanticize it, like maybe you're going to rescue the person in prison, male and female, or maybe they think that this person got a rough break and I can... Right. And they wait for a year or 2 years and they built up all this attachment. So I'm not saying it can't work. I hope it does.
I think it's very doubtful.
It's a lot longer odds, but it could work. Like I say, a couple of them I would like. The guy, I don't remember his name, the black guy.
Right.
Yeah, I think he could. Actually, came from a good family too.
He did. Well, you guys, I think we're just about all talked out on Love After Lockup. It's been a crazy, crazy week. I needed something like that after all the crap with Nat and all the stuff that Michael Saltz is saying and everything else. All these hours long lives people are doing. I'm just kind of like so burned out on the community right now with everything that's been said that it's like I want to cover anything but the community. And it leads me all the way back to Love After Lockup again because I'm looking at this going, what the hell is that? Is that our washer?
Either that or it's an animal on the roof. Hard to say. There's a noise in the background.
There's a noise in the background. I got to go see what it is. It's twilight here now. So that means that we got animals coming out on the roof that will run around.
Buffering. I'm not sure what that means.
That means that they've lost us. So we're going to go ahead and go by.
All right. That'll be interesting with the auntie and the wedding next week. Look forward to that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the discussion.
Buffering means that we're not showing up